visiting navy blues, white letters and numbers, gold trim. The tip between Adrenaline and John Ryan is controlled by the Aggies. Without their top scorer in Corey Hawkins. Rolling right, this is Graham from the wing. Nice feed inside and a quick deuce for Richard. Got a beautiful feed in the post from Graham. Rolling right to the wing, and the Anteaters a little sluggish there on the first defensive possession.
Yeah, they got caught a little bit slow to get there. You might have heard a whistle. That was only the official saying if that ball didn't go in, it was going to be counted as 2-on interference.
Anteaters with the rock for the first time. 2-0 Davis. Just getting things started out in the Brent. John Ryan in the post, working the shoulder. Kick out to Alex Young. He'll slash. Bounces one up top. Luke Nelson fires a three. Shot too strong and off the heel. Rebound tapped out and controlled by Will Davis. But the Anteaters get a fresh shot clock in possession here.
Look in the well. Look in the well.
Nelson holding from the right wing. They work it around the bench. Sousa clean look left side. Shot won't go. And a rebound controlled this time by the Aggies. Back comes Graham. 5'10" sophomore to Sacramento. They go inside. Adrenaline rejected by John Ryan. Good defense in the low post from JR there. Loose ball scooped up by the Anteaters. Trailing 2-0. Alex Young slicing and dicing on the other end. An underhand pass to Will Davis. He had it stripped on his way up. Back comes Davis. Lamar holding right angle. Now up top. A drive from Johnson. Bounce pass intended for Adrenaline. And it'll
all down low on the post. And if they don't get a clean shot, they want to get fouls against the big men for UCI and force UCI to go to the bench.
Aggies with the rock here. Graham, rhythm dribble, rolling left. Gets into the lane, fires a floater way off the mark, and a rebound chased down by Luke Nelson. Over a minute and a half in this first stanza. 2-0 Davis, and we get a foul going to be called on Will Davis. As a pass was deflected by Adrenaline. Both he and Davis going for the loose ball, and they're going to say Will was holding Adrenaline.
I wonder.
So the foul on the senior.
It had to be more of a hold than Adrenaline used two hands on Will Davis to push him back.
Yeah, not sure about that call. Adrenaline holding in the high post now. Tried to hand it off to Lamar. And mishandled the handoff, but Davis maintaining possession. Graham holding up top, about 30 feet away from the basket. Shimmies a pass over the left side. This is Johnson. Now they go at Adrenaline just outside the free throw line. He throws up a brick. Out of bounds. They say last touch by the Anteaters.
No,
right
they're going to get it right.
In front of the UCI bench. Russell Turner disagreeing. So do these fans. It sure looked like that was off Davis. I think the officials are only debating if the shot clock should reset, but it's going to stay with the Aggies.
Okay, they can go back and they can look at the monitor.
One official.
Get it right. So they did reset the shot clock, which can happen. The shot clock operator has to go with what he thinks, and then they corrected that. They took 13 seconds off.
Yeah, so
put
shot
him back
clock
at 11.
as Davis inbounds it. Lamar holding in the right corner in front of the Anteater bench. Goes up top. This is Graham off a high screen. Driving on Ryan. Poked away by JR on his way up. Excellent defense from the senior. Alex Young pushing. Finds Nelson. Three ball. Got him. Eaters by a point. Luke Nelson catch and shooting rhythm right there. As Luke has returned from those facial fractures. Him and Alex getting that chemistry back, Steve.
Yeah, he's the most accomplished, well-rounded player of all.
Lamar in the lane, pump fake, and then jackknifes it up and in amongst the Anteater trees.
One outside shot taken by the Aggies. Pay Adrenaline all night to shoot what he did. Everything else in the paint.
In the post, going to work on Adrenaline. Right-handed hook shot, no. John Ryan the rebound. Finds Alex Young. Three ball won't go. Off the heel, but the long rebound chased down by the Anteaters. Fresh shot clock. Luke Nelson. Shake and bake, holding top of the circle. Now working the pivot foot, swings it over to Alex Young. 4-3 Aggies. John Ryan in the lane, bounces one to Will Davis. In trouble. keeping the dribble, though. Pump fakes, now tough fall away shot. Got a nice kind hop off the back iron, and it goes for the senior. Eaters leading 5-4 as we approach the 16-minute mark. Here's Lamar up top. Hands it off to Johnson. Aggies running the weave. UCI in a half-court man-to-man set here to open things up. And a turnover. Graham and Lamar not on the same page. Bounce pass went right into the hands of John Ryan. Now Nelson pushing. Luke now up top. Beautiful find to John Ryan, and he was fouled by Adrenaline.
What a beautiful
pocket pass from Nelson.
Yeah, if the Aggies want to try and flip the script and be an inside shooting team, for one that has done such a great job leading the country in three-point shooting, that's a big role change in one game.
John Ryan shooting free throws here. Again, he was fouled before the media timeout after he got a beautiful feed from Luke Nelson. And Ryan connects on the first. JR on the season, 57% from the free throw line. Sub in for Davis, by the way, as John Ryan misses the second free throw as Tyler Less, son of head coach Jim Less, has checked in. He's a three-point threat.
He's a bomber. Yep.
Shooting over 40% from downtown this year. On the season, Less averaging 6 points a game. He's out there as a sniper. And he's holding it on the left wing right now. Hands it over to Johnson. Now they're working into the post. This is Richard. Guarded straight up by Mike Best, who just checked in. Richard working the pivot foot. He took steps. Traveling violation. Back to the Anteaters, who lead by a deuce. 6-4 here. A couple more subs in for the Aggies. Josh Fox coming in, number 21, along with Neil Monson. Number 22, a 6'10 center out of Utah.
Really good job by Mike Best there defensively. He was not going to get a foul because he was just keeping his arms straight up. Forced the other guy to take steps to try to find a lane to pass the ball.
Alex Young finding Best in the post. Rolls into the lane, puts it up with the right hand. Can't get it to go from 10 feet out. And the rebound cleared by Davis. Pass deflected and stolen away by the Anteaters. Johnson wanted his teammate Lamar underneath the basket. Luke Nelson got a hand on it initially. On the other end, Luke, a fall-away jumper won't go from 17 feet out right side. And a rebound cleared by Davis. 6-4 Irvine. 14.5 to play here in the first 20 minutes. Left side, this is Less. Now Monson goes to Fox. Back outside, Monson. Jumper from the right elbow, left short. And another rebound for John Ryan. Luke Nelson now in the forecourt. Nice find, Souza, left corner three, around and out. Called the cops, that was robbery. Back comes Davis.
UCI off to a slow start offensively.
Offensive foul called on the Aggies. And I believe they called that on Less.
Okay, yeah, 1-5, all right.
They were saying he pushed off of Souza trying to get open. Subs in for Russell Turner. Jaron Martin in for the first time tonight. Same with Aaron Wright. Can't say enough about the UCI bench and what they were able to do both games last week in wins over Cal Poly and Santa Barbara.
Yeah,
Steve.
that's going to be the story for the rest of the season for UCI. Essentially, they're looking at about 8 to 9 starters.
Under 14 minutes left to play in this opening half. Giannis Demakopoulos in the post. Anteaters with the second unit out there. Giannis puts it up with the right hand. The hook shot, but didn't stay down. Both teams cold here to start out. Graham off a couple of high screens. Work it over to Less. Right side, comes off a pick. Nice give and go with Fox, who makes the reverse layup underneath. The assist to Less, the bucket for Fox.
Two guys chase one, and the Aggies did a good job of finding the open man, Fox, down low.
Aaron Wright handling the point guard duties. Here's Jaron Martin holding left angle, and pass intercepted by Monson. Martin Demakopoulos not on the same page there. All tied at 6. Aggies with the basketball. Fox up top. Puts it on the floor and hands over to Lamar as UC Davis works it around the perimeter. Now Graham holding top of the key. Rhythm dribble shadowed by Aaron Wright. Now Les on the wing. Bounce pass into the post. This is Fox. Dribbling left. Fall away jumper won't go. Demakopoulos a nice rebound. Goes over to Luke Nelson on the outlet pass. Luke a hip-high dribble across the timeline. Splits a couple defenders. Hanging floater. Won't go. What a tip by Demakopoulos. The length there of the 7-footer coming in handy. Beautiful tip with the right hand on the follow. Second chance points there for the Eaters to take an 8-6 lead.
That was a no-look tip as the rim was behind his head.
Beautifully done. On the other end, we get a foul underneath on the Anteaters, and it'll be free throws upcoming for Davis. Second team foul on UCI. They called that on Best underneath.
Yeah, and
so free throws here for Monson.
Mike has very, very good jumping ability, and he's long, lean. He's got a lot of fast switch muscle. If anything, sometimes it works to his disadvantage because he sees what's coming and he gets up so quickly that the offensive player now going up, he's above him and will make contact, and the foul 99% of the time is going to get called on the defender, which is what happened right there.
First of 2 free throws, good for the center. Monson, for a big man, pretty good percentage at 75% at the line, and he connects on both, and we're tied at 8. Dominique Dunning checking into the game, so you got Dunning, Wright, Best, Demakopoulos, and Martin. Here's Damo holding left side. Now they work it around the horn, Aaron Wright. Here's Mike Best, little slip screen action, couldn't get the runner to go. And off the miss, a foul underneath will be called on UC Irvine. It'll go on Dunning, battling for the rebound.
So as hot as UCI was shooting in that game, especially against Santa Barbara in the first half, it's the opposite side of the coin tonight. There are a lot of balls hitting the rim, but they are not going through the net.
Well, and Davis, without their leading scorer and Corey Hawkins, they would probably like this game to stay in the 50s, 60s.
Absolutely.
Monson double-teamed underneath, and the Anteaters come away with a steal. Right up ahead of the pack to Dunning. Times the two-step beautifully and lays it up and in with the left hand as he had Graham on his back. He squared with the bucket. Good defense in the low post there from the Anteaters, though, creating that fast break. And the Anteaters come away with another steal. At least they had it momentarily as Dunning knocked it into the backcourt. And now Davis turns it over. And Dunning could not come up with the theft. It was chased down by Johnson. Then Graham lost the handle in the front court. The 5 on the floor. Davis with Graham, Les, Adrenrally back in there. Fox and Johnson, and playing without the top scorer in the conference and a top 5 scorer in the nation in Corey Hawkins. Anteaters with the rock. Dunning rolling right to the wing, picks up his dribble, floats over to Best, top of the circle. Will hand it off to Jaron Martin, holding near half court, about 30 feet away from the basket. 10 on the shot clock. Best, left side, faked the handoff, took it right to the rack and had it rejected by Adrenrally. Beautiful block there from the 6'7" junior out of Roseville. Came on the help defense.
Boy, Mike Betts made a great fake pass and then made a spin move, and it was nothing but open space to the rim.
7 to shoot. Anteaters baseline inbound after the block, and now we get a foul called on Graham with the hand check. You can see head coach Jim Letts not happy about that call. 5 to shoot. Now you get the Anteaters a fresh shot clock.
And what coach will always say to the official on that, well, what do you need to bail him out for? It doesn't matter. That's just part of what gets said.
Jaron Martin holding right side. Little pick and pop action with Best. Now back into the hands of Martin. Couple of steps back, holding about 40 feet away from the basket. Comes off a screen. He gets sandwiched, but no call. And the Aggies come up with a steal.
That was a hockey move right there. Took the guy right off his skates.
Graham holding left side. Calling out a play for Davis. 10-8, Eaters by 2. Fox in the high post. Rolling right. Pump faking on the low block now. Shadowed by Best. Now Adrenally. A spin move in the lane. And he got the bounce with the right hand. Second bucket for Adrenally, who's brought some good energy tonight. Tied at 10 with 10 to play. Martin tees up a 3. Nothing but net. Jaron Martin from the right side. First Anteater field goal in some time.
Yeah, and the way Davis is going out, they're extending the man-to-man defense all the way out to mid-court. So if you get some open looks, take them.
Good handoff by Alex Young to set up Martin there, who had room on the wing. Here's Fox on the other end, spinning, shooting, and left it short. Good defense, Mike Best, and he clears the rebound. Alex Young pushing the other way into the front court. Jab step, comes off a screen, back to Best on the pick and roll. He missed the gimme. Best shaking his head as he jogs back defensively. Johnson out to Graham on the wing. Zip pass to Les, right corner 3, all net. Les in front of the Anteater bench. Knocks down a triple to tie it at 13. Much a 5-point swing there, Steve, as Alex Young loses the handle on his way to the rack. Back comes Davis. They go to Johnson, left corner, triple good. And Coach Turner wants a timeout.
Very physical defense being played by the Aggies.
Davis has not been a pretty game here so far.
No, it's bad shooting right now. I mean, the last break, UCI was under 30%, and it's going to be lower than that when we get the next bunch of stats.
Just under 9 minutes to play in the first half.
Just a very physical game. I mean, there's a lot of bodies on the floor, guys getting pulled down, and then you'll see a little one-hand check in the back get called.
Alex Young went to the bench, getting a little shaken up after falling to the floor. So Aaron Wright back out there. Souza, top of the circle, goes over to Wright. Bounce pass into Will Davis in the post, working on Adrenally. Fall away hook, shot around and in for the senior. Wanted to pop out, but stayed down. And for Will Davis, his second field goal. 16-15 our score. Here's Richard holding at the free throw line, hands it off to Johnson up top. They go underneath it. Generally blocked again by John Ryan. Beautiful rejection. Anteaters pushing. Here's JR underneath. Nice look into Will Davis, who lays it up and in. So John Ryan doing a bit of everything. Gets the assist for the bucket, but all created by his block defensively. Eaters in front now by a point. There's a baseline jumper, partially blocked on the attempt from Graham, and then Will Davis came down with a loose ball and was fouled underneath by Adrenally.
A really good job defensively. I mean, they're putting a lot of pressure on it. It's a matter of where do you go to break that pressure. They're not going to fall back in a zone. They're going to stay man up.
Anteaters with the basketball here out of the timeout. Aaron Wright still handling the point guard duties. Holding left side. Guarded closely by Lamar. Now Luke Nelson holding a dribble up top. Comes off a screen from Will Davis. Now Luke had it poked away momentarily. Swing it over to Travis Souza. They bounce one into the post. John Ryan 10 to shoot. Now Aaron Wright left side. Drives baseline into some contact. No call. Out of bounds. Last touch by Will Davis. It's awarded back to the Aggies.
More contact.
So they are letting them play.
Yeah, I mean, this is the most physical game that I've seen on this floor this year in terms of just guys mashing each other.
Up top, this is Richard. Over to Les. And they work it into the corner. Lamar went to Monson. Wild hook shot way off the mark with the right hand, and a rebound cleared by the Anteaters. Luke Nelson, overhead toss to Souza on the wing. Now up top, this is Will Davis. UCI by a point. Souza floats a pass off target and was intercepted by Monson. Another turnover. Both teams struggling to take care of the basketball as well. Here's Les. Head fake. Now slashes into the lane. They work it back up top to Richard. A little pick and pop action. Richard guarded by Davis. He's backing him down. Whips it up and in with the right hand from 10 feet out. Nice move in the low post there from Richard, the senior who sat out last season. Averaging 12.5 points a night coming in. He'll be the go-to guy with Hawkins out. And John Ryan in the post. A nice finish on the other end of the building. Anteaters get that 2 right back. 19-18 Irvine. Lamar across the timeline for the Aggies. Hands it over to Les. Left side, Richard. UCI has not gone zone yet. Still with half-court man-to-man set. Hook shot from Monson won't go. They continue to feed the sophomore in the post. And Aaron Wright plows into Monson. He cross midcourt. And we get a foul. Charge to the Aggie center. We'll now take a seat as Fox re-enters the game for Jim Les. 19-18. Anteaters in front. Side out for Travis Sousa at the hash mark. Floats it to John Ryan. Dangerous pass. JR still able to come up with it. Now we get a reach-in foul. Called on Richard.
You know, both these teams score on the average in conference play now. This is just Big West games. At this point, UCI right at 74 points a game, give up 62. On the other side, the Aggies 75. So they're calling an intentional
on John Ryan.
On John Ryan. The original call was
catching the inbound pass.
All right.
And now you send Les, who's a 91% free throw shooter, to shoot a pair, and he knocks down the first. Tell you, I did not see that coming.
No.
Out of left field there. And Les buries both. So the Aggies in front, 20-19. And they'll get the ball.
Well, it's just going to be fuel on the fire for Coach Turner. He's not happy.
He's already been upset with
the way this game is being called. Got to adjust.
So Johnson hands it over to Les. Aggies with the basketball now, leading by 1. Fox dribbles baseline, hands it off to Lamar, who curls into the lane and gets the fall away too. In the paint, Lamar with his second basket. It's a 3-point Aggie lead. Luke Nelson, hanging floater, didn't stay down from just inside the free throw line.
5 or 6 shots tonight by UCI, been on the rim, look like they're going down and then bounce out.
Nelson deflects a pass beautifully and comes away with a steal. Now in the front court. Now he sails one over the head of Jaron Martin, and it's turned over. Oh, and Luke Nelson upset with himself. Coach Turner urging his guys to move on to the next play.
Dig in.
But Luke, great job anticipating that pass. Coming up with a steal, but then turns it over back to the Aggies. Lamar comes up a high screen from Richard. Pick and pop action. Richard a pump fake. Now drives right down Broadway, and a good finish at the rim with the right hand. Using the window.
Big man's got speed.
Right on the take is fouled, and he will head to the line. Seen Aaron do that a lot this year after a made basket by the opponent. He sees that they're not back defensively and set up. He goes right to the 10.
Attack.
And he will shoot 2. Aggies leading by 5 with 4:36 left in this first half.
Aaron Wright spent a lot of time very close to the floor tonight.
First free throw up and good for Aaron. Wright 6 points in that win over Santa Barbara this past Saturday. As he gets the second free throw. But he's really shot the ball well from the outside off the bench. In fact, Aaron's hit 7 of his last 13 from three-point range. Davis back with a rock. Here's Lamar. Bounce pass into the post. Fox covered by Davis. Now they kick it out to Richard. He pump fakes, drives again. Lost it on the way up, but Fox, right place, right time. Snatched it midair and laid it up and in.
Nice play.
Better lucky than good there for the Aggies.
Right place, right time.
Nelson off a screen. Kick to the corner. Martin, a drive. Finds Will Davis slashing in the lane, and Will puts it up and in off glass. 26-23 our score. Davis in front with 4 minutes to play. Les up top of it, shadowed by Martin. Anteaters still have not shown that zone. Richard in the paint, double team, but turning and scoring as he found some room. Richard now has a game-high 8 points. Tied with Will Davis for a game-high. 3.5 to play. The lead is 5. Will Davis coming and setting a screen for Luke Nelson, who handles near the timeline. Now Luke loses his footing, and it's tied up by Nelson and Lamar. Jump ball to call. Yeah, unfortunately, that is exactly what Alex's face says. He is shaking his head there on the end of the bench. Anteaters with the rock, baseline inbound. They're working around the bend to a Jaron Martin, left angle three. Shot won't go, and a rebound. Hauled in by Les in the right corner.
And he's now 9 of 25. So that takes him below 35%. And
good ball movement from Davis. They get it to Les, who hits the three from the wing.
Aggies picking it up now, and we're at 11 of 22. They're now 12 of 23.
That was the first time Irvine went to the zone there, Steve, and the Aggies picked it apart there. They found Les, one of their better shooters, who knocks down his second triple right on the tick. Tough shot, some contact, no call, and another rebound for Davis, now leading by 8. They get it to Les, goes up top. Richard a pump fake. Now he'll drive. Picks up his dribble. Fall away jumper, good for Richard. A 12-footer, and just like that, the lead is ballooned to 10. Quick 5-0 run out of the media timeout. Nelson, rhythm dribble in the front court. Goes to Demakopoulos just outside the free throw line, and a foul called on Richard reaching in. That is his second. So he will probably sit for the remainder of the half. Just over 2 minutes to go here in the first 20 minutes. Monson and Graham set to check back in for the Aggies.
Yeah, you don't want to leave Rickard.
Actually, the 8th team foul, Steve, excuse me, is Demakopoulos will shoot the bonus.
Don't want to leave Rickard in with 2 fouls. He's far too valuable a player right now for the Aggies. He's doing a really great job leading scorer. He's at 8 points.
But Demakopoulos will shoot the 1-and-1. Giannis on the season at 57%, but he knocks in the first.
Right there, he looked like 100% free thrower. That was nice range. You want to see good free throw shooting. Watch Les when he gets the line. I mean, you're shooting over 90% free throws on the season. Phenomenal.
Demakopoulos, sophomore, lets it fly. Got the second as well, and he'll head to the bench as John Ryan checks back in. This is a big 2-minute stretch here, partner. Anteaters down 8 without Alex Young, who doesn't look like he's going to return to this one with that left foot heavily wrapped in ice on the end of the bench. Graham, top of the circle, holding a rhythm dribble. Bounces one into the post. This is Monson backing down Ryan. Kicks it out to Les on the right wing. Now they get it back to Graham. 12 to shoot. Graham rolling to the wing. Now slices free throw line. Baseline jumper now. Fox left it short. Dunning trying to save it before going out of bounds. Could not. He was the last to touch it in front of the Anteater bench. And the Aggies will have a fresh shot clock. Big reason why Davis 16-4 on the year and 6-1 in league play coming into tonight's action. Anteaters also 6-1. 3-way tie for first atop the conference. Inbounding here, Johnson on the baseline, goes to Les. Now Davis works it around the bend. Graham holding left side. Dribbles into the far corner. And they're working around the perimeter to Johnson. Taking it to the rack with Souza on him. And a foul called here. Some contact, not a lot. For Travis, that's his first. Minute and a half remaining here in the first 20. So Johnson will shoot 2. That was the 5th team foul on UCI.
the irritation for the bench for UCI and the players on the floor.
Johnson buries the first.
Is the physicality of the game where it gets play on, and then you get a little ticky-tack kind of foul. But the guy was driving for a shot, and he was up, and there was contact, but not anything like we've seen earlier.
Johnson, a good free throw shooter at 86%, and he shows you why as he makes both. Lead back to 10. Number 10 in gold, Luke Nelson handling the rock across the timeline. Now over to Jaron Martin, holding about 40 feet away from the hoop. He rolls to his right. Now Nelson, jab step, comes off a screen. Pull up three, left it short. Rebound tapped out by John Ryan, keeping it alive again, and the Anteaters get a fresh shot clock. JR in the high post, bounces one to Luke Nelson. Luke on a drive, into some contact, but threw up a wild shot, and the rebound corralled by Fox, who appears to have been poked in the eye. But Davis with the basketball now, leading by 10. 43 to play, 20 to shoot. A 23-second difference. Monson, top of the circle for Davis. The center hands it off to Graham. He'll roll to the left elbow. Graham now dribbles out to the right wing. 10 on the shot clock. Calls for a screen. Comes left. Graham, shake and bake. Johnson, triple try. Won't go. Rebound, John Ryan. 24 seconds to play. The Anteaters can hold on for the last shot if they choose to do so. Jaron Martin walks it across half court. Picked up by Graham. 35-25 Davis. 10 to shoot. 10 to play. Luke Nelson rolling left in the corner. Drives baseline. Tried to zip one to Souza on the opposite side, but it was deflected out of bounds by Johnson.
And Darius Graham really cheating on defense. He left Souza out on the right side all by himself, trying to come down inside and help. Luke Nelson knew that, taking the ball left then to make that long cross-court bullet pass.
Side out for Souza, holding it over his head. Went to Davis, hands it back to Travis. 2 seconds left. Martin, a 40-footer, well short. And a frustrating first half comes to an end for UC Irvine.
But, you have to credit Coach Les getting his guys ready. Short bench. They've got 9 guys available. 8 of them played in the first half. And the message to the Anteaters, you got to play better second half. I mean, when was the last time UCI was trailing by 10 at halftime, scoring 25 points at home?
We'll see. Anteaters shooting just 31% in the first 20 minutes and a dreadful 22% from three-point land. The three-point shooting has really been a strength of this team as of late during the 6-game winning streak. Aggies with the basketball here to open things up. Generally taking it right at John Ryan, but JR another block. He has been defending that low post beautifully. That's the 5th block for JR. Have to check, but I am sure that is a career high.
We can go find out, but yeah, he's doing his job.
Aggies with the basketball after the block. They work it to Lamar in the left corner. He slices into the lane, then a pass picked off by Travis Souza. Travis going the other way, and it's stripped, hits the deck, and he is shaken up. No call there.
No call. He got tripped, sent to the floor, face first.
And then on the other end, we have a foul on John Ryan.
I'll tell you what.
Jaron Martin will come in for Souza, and Travis, I'm not even sure if he got his hands to kind of prevent the fall there before his face hit the hardwood.
So they've taken him out of the game. Take a look at him.
The score remaining 35-25. Lamar, shake and bake, pick and pop action with Richard. Clean look, left the 3 short. Nice rebound, Aaron Wright. Aaron pushing the other way. And a foul is going to be called on Graham, who bumped with Wright. And it'll be a baseline inbound for the Eaters. 44 seconds in to this second half. A lob up top to Luke Nelson. Go over to Jaron Martin, left side. See how the Anteaters, see if they can get things going offensively without Alex Young facilitating. Davis, half-court man-to-man set. Nelson holding up top, floats one to right on the wing. Now dump into John Ryan, going to work on Richard. JR, nice move, and the floater good with the right hand. Baby hook from the low right block, and it's UCI who draws first blood in this second half. Graham up a couple of high schemes from Adrenrale and Richard. Goes over to Richard, right side. Now bounces one into Adrenrale, who lost the handle out of bounds. It'll go back to the home team. Adrenrale, who had good position in the low post there on John Ryan. Might have been thinking of putting that shot up too quickly. That's credit to JR's defense tonight and the 5 block shots.
Been doing that volleyball thing, building a roof out there, and it has turned 5 blocks tonight. A lot of good rebounds. That was an easy call. No problem
on Jaron Martin.
No problem on that one.
Again, Jaron running the point, and him and Lou Nelson having words. Seemed like they were confused on what play they were running, where guys were supposed to be. The lead is 8 for Davis. They have the basketball. Adrenrale, top of the circle. Goes over left side. This is Graham. Curling off a screen, holding left elbow. Now dribbles back a couple of steps. Feeds Adrenrale. Backing down on John Ryan. Hook shot won't go, but a foul called on JR underneath. That is his 3rd. Second team foul on UCI, and Adrenrale will shoot 2. On the year, Adrenrale at 66% from the stripe, knocks down the first. Demakopoulos checking in for John Ryan. Well, they really can't afford to lose JR to foul trouble here.
No, that's
even early in the second half, but that is the 3rd foul. Adrenrale misses the second. Rebound bounced out to the right corner, and it's off of Will Davis.
Yeah, this is just it seemingly is like one of these things, an avalanche of
Murphy's
difficulties.
Law,
yeah, but at some point there's got to be some focus change, and you don't have that play way over there in a corner all by yourself and not hustle.
Johnson holding in the corner off the inbound, so a fresh shot clock for Davis. They go to Richard, right corner 3, got it. And the lead now 12. And for Richard, he has a game-high 13. See if the Anteaters can answer. Jaron Martin drives baseline. Goes to right on the wing, and he was fouled.
Blue foul number 2, right here.
It's on Graham, who attempted the steal and then bumped Aaron after he received the pass.
To throw in some halftime scores from around the Big West Conference. At halftime, Long Beach stayed up on UCR 32-29. Cal State Fullerton leading 35-31 over Northridge. Cal Poly 28, Hawaii 26. Those are all at the half.
Nelson a 3, got it. The Anteaters needed that one in the worst way. Off the inbound. Nelson a triple. You get the sense Luke's going to need to find that hot hand in the second half, Steve.
Yeah, 1 for 7 shooting in the first half. A lot of frustration for him.
Les bounces one into the post. Adrenrale trying to work on Demakopoulos. Lost the handle. Got it back after the missed shot. Now a loose ball. Bodies on the floor fighting for it. And it was picked up by Les. And then his father quickly called the timeout to save the possession for Davis. So
the junior changes.
For Davis, it's Lamar, Johnson, Adrenrale, Richard, and Les. Side out at the hash mark. They go to Richard up top, hands off to Lamar, trying to take to the 10, stripped away by Aaron Wright, who comes up with a steal, and then Aaron was fouled before he could get out on the break. Great defense from Wright there. He picked the pocket of Lamar. So Irvine to inbound in their own backcourt. So we stroll under the 17-minute mark. Davis, half-court man-to-man set. Wright holding left wing. Finds Will Davis. Baseline, working in the post, and he was blocked and fouled by Richard. And that is his 3rd. Richard, who has a team-high 13 for the Aggies. Actually, that is also a game high so far tonight. Will Davis will shoot a pair here, trying to trim this lead down to 7.
Well, the right time to do it. You know, carve away on that lead, work it down. Clock is not an enemy yet.
Davis rattles in the first of 2.
16:45, but Rigger's got to come off the floor.
As Fox and Monson check back in. Adrenally and Richard to the bench. Will Davis, who stands near the top of the key, walks up to the free throw line. High arcing shot, good. Davis in the double figures with 10. That's a team high for the Eaters. Down by 7. Still a ton of time left in this one. Lamar, a hip-high dribble as he walks it across the UCI Stack logo. High post, Monson hands it off to a curling Johnson. Now Lamar with it. Into the post. Monson double team and a reach-in foul called on Wright. It'll be an inbound for the Aggies underneath the Anteater basket. 39-32 our score. Les is the inbounder. Floats to the elbow. Monson back to Les. Clean look and contact and a foul. Jaron Martin late coming off that screen to try to contest the three-pointer from Les. And that's 3 free throws here, and we already talked about Les, who is 91% at the free throw line this season.
That's got to put him in the top 4 or 5 in the country. I don't have a total number on that, but
knocks down the first.
Kid's a machine up there.
They went 2 for 2 in the first half as he shot a couple of free throws after an intentional foul was called on John Ryan as Les buries the second. This would put Davis back in front by 10. There you go. Perfect stroke. Perfect results at the line for Les. And on the night, he now has 11 off the bench. 3-ball Luke Nelson on the other end. Too strong off the heel. And a long rebound corralled by Fox. Back comes Davis. 16 minutes to play here in Irvine. Half-court man-to-man set. Lamar kicks to Johnson in the corner, working the pivot foot. Guarded straight up by Nelson. They working around the bend. This is Fox. Jab step. Rolls baseline. Spins in the lane. Beautiful dish to Monson, who had the easy lay-in. That was all Fox right there. Pretty sly move there.
Beautiful move. Beautiful move. Draw the defense to you. Double teamed up. Fox makes the good pass. He knew where his guy was going to be before he started his move.
Now we get a foul on the other end that'll be called on most part tonight. I think if you're Coach Turner, you have to tell him in the huddle, hey, keep shooting.
You're a shooter.
Yeah,
you're a shooter.
No Alex Young.
Shooter.
They need him to put up some points here if they want a chance to come back in this game, one would think. Anteaters with a small lineup out of the media timeout. Martin, Nelson, Davis, Souza, and Dunning. Lou Nelson, left wing, zips a pass inside to Will Davis. Will guarded straight up by Monson. Right-handed hook looked good the whole way, and another deuce for Will Davis. A nice power move as the Anteaters get a quick bucket out of the timeout. Davis runs the weave on the other end. This is Graham. Comes off a high screen from Fox. Now they bounce one into the post. Monson backing down Davis. Nice pump fake and then finishes with the left hand as he got Davis to leave his feet on the low block. Pretty good move right there from the sophomore. 46-34 Aggies. Davis again going to work. Got it with the left hand this time. Working on the left block. Will Davis, 4 quick ones. And he now has 14.
Will Davis eating Monson up. Monson not quick enough to stay with Will and his moves.
Back to a 10-point game. Graham up top. Again, they kind of run that double screen, and they go to Fox. He zips one into Monson. Again, the deuce for the big man, but Fox Fox has set him up beautifully twice here, last couple minutes.
Back off.
We have traded buckets here out of the last media. Jaron Martin holding near the timeline. And no Alex Young for the rest of this game. Martin off a screen. Goes to Nelson. He drives and lost the handle. Johnson pushing the other way for the Aggies, and then he's sandwiched by Dunning and Martin. He approached the three-point line in the front court. Foul will be on the ground here. Aaron Wright will come in. Jaron Martin will head to the bench. 13:48 to play in the second half. The lead is 12 for the Aggies. First place on the line tonight. They float into the high post. Monson got it back to Les, but they call a foul as the ball went out of bounds. It's on Luke Nelson. They say he was holding Les. Baseline inbound upcoming for Davis.
Coach Turner's saying to the officials right now, that's a flop. What he's saying is they're doing a very good job, that being UC Davis, in acting like the fouls are harder than what he perceives them to be.
Davis with the basketball and a fresh shot clock after that foul. That's Luke's first. Holding right wing. This is Lamar. Now up top, Monson, who has the last two baskets. Now Graham, rhythm dribble, holding left wing. They work it around the bend, get it into the hands of Les, who's had a nice game off the bench. Bounce into the post. This is Fox. Backing down Dunning. Puts it up and in. Fox is playing some real good ball in this second half. Whether it's setting up teammates or taking it upon himself to do the scoring. The lead is 14, biggest of the night for Davis.
6 points for Fox. Fox is really a strong man.
Will Davis in the low post on the other end had it poked away out of bounds. Last touch by Fox. Fresh legs come in for Russ Turner. Best and Ryan back in there. Davis and Dunning, Davis and Nelson to the bench. Now they go to Dunning. Right corner three won't go, and we get a foul called on Fox underneath. John Ryan in good position for the offensive board there. Fox called for the push underneath. It'll stay with the Eaters. Do they have a run in them? That's the question, partner.
Yeah, do they have a run, and can they stop Davis from getting easy baskets? Right now, Davis is doing a good job of going back into the paint with quick moves by big men on the post.
Aggies half-court man-to-man set. Aaron Wright comes off a high pick. Now goes to Best in the post. Mike, kick out. Souza, three ball. Won't go. Left it short, but Travis able to chase it down in front of his own bench. Goes over to Wright. Aaron will slice. Nice pass to Best, but he missed the reverse. And Ryan couldn't find the range on the tip-in. Best missing another chippy at point-blank range. Now Graham, a pull, a pop, a three, and a dagger, and a timeout. Now taken by Coach Turner.
You know, UCI, a team that had solidified things since their last home loss and last conference loss, last loss to Long Beach State, looking to be a really, solid performing team, shooting well, rebounding, doing all the things you're supposed to do, little and big. Tonight, not able to do either one.
Souza holding right wing. Anteaters with the basketball. Here's Best in the high post. And we get a whistle away from the ball here. Going to be a foul. They're going to call it on Fox. And that's the 17th foul, so Anteaters will be in the bonus. John Ryan will shoot the 1-and-1. 53-36 our score. John Ryan puts it on the deck, makes the first. They got 12 minutes left to go in this one, Steve. Certainly a ton of time.
You know, yeah, I mean, kind of a benchmark. At 10 minutes, you'd like to see the score under 10. You can make a run in that last 10 minutes. That does not seem very probable, but get it as close to 10 as possible, and then just play with your hair on fire.
Nice job from JR. He makes both free throws. The Anteaters will be in the bonus the rest of the way out here. They have also committed 16 fouls, so Davis nearing the bonus. Graham will walk it across the timeline here. Being watched by Aaron Wright. Goes over left side to Les. Now they're working around the horn into the hands of Lamar. He comes off a screen. Now Graham, left wing, handoff to Les. He fires away and hits again. Les pounds his chest as he looks to the Aggie bench. What a game he's having. And Aaron Wright throws up a shot in the lane on the other end. Can't go. And a rebound cleared by Davis.
42
Leading by 18.
42
Graham shake and bake off a screen. Goes to Richard up top. He blows past Best. Now skips one to Adrenaline, but he's called for the travel. Media timeout. See if the Anteaters can regroup with 11 minutes without Hawkins on the floor.
Absolutely. Tyler Les. And then he needs to look under his uniform and see where his Superman shirt is. He's 3 for 3. Beyond the arc, 5 of 5 at the line. He's got 4 total rebounds, only 1 foul and 14 points in 20 minutes.
Out of the media timeout, Eaters with the rock. Luke Nelson, high post, swing over to Souza in the right corner. Guarded very closely by Les. Now they go into the post. John Ryan put it up with the right hand. Partially blocked by Richard, and the loose ball corralled by Lamar and the Aggies. 10:35 to go in the second half. Lamar over to Richard. Now they work it to Les. Off the wing, comes off a screen, right down Broadway, blocked from behind by Souza, and a brilliant save by Aaron Wright before going out of bounds. She sailed into the seats.
He almost got to sit down with a tuba player.
Now Will Davis going to work in the post. Hook shot, too strong, gets his own miss. Now kick out to Luke Nelson. Swing it over to right. Bounce into the post. John Ryan flip pass to Will Davis. He misses from close. And Will saving it before going out of bounds. Got it up top to Luke Nelson. Fresh shot clock as we go under 10 minutes. The lead still 18. Alley-oop, Bryan to Davis. See if that will give the Anteaters a spark they so desperately need, as they got 3 cracks at it thanks to offensive rebounds. And John Ryan, top of the circle, floated one to Will Davis, who was wide open for the stuff. Anteaters double Les near half court, and we get a reach-in foul called on Wright. And Russell Turner, about as animated as he's been all night.
Yeah, Coach Turner's feeling a real sense of frustration here. And
that's going to put Les to the line to shoot the bonus, so pretty much you can give Davis a couple of points here.
You play that kind of pressure defense on the ball at some point in a series of seconds. One of those moves, there's going to be a foul call. It's probably not going to be for Coach Turner what he wants to see. There may have been a foul before that one was a lot harder.
Jaron Martin coming in for Travis Souza. Les made the first. No surprise, he makes the second. A 91% free throw shooter, and he'll take a break as Graham will check back in. So what a game for Les.
Both of them. Coach has done a great job, and his son goes on the floor and doesn't miss anything.
Will Davis spinning on Adrenaline, draws some contact in the fouls. He went to the left hand on the low block, and Davis will shoot a couple of free throws. 58-40 Aggies as Dominique Dunning heads to the scorer's table, ready to check in.
You know, the extra burden being a coach's son, having your dad as the coach of your team. I mean, there's just all kinds of things that go with that are extra pressure on the kid.
Will misses the first free throw as Dunning comes in and John Ryan heads out.
I never wanted, I wanted to be around my kids and support them in their athletics. I did not want to coach them. Not
Davis
because they weren't any good.
Does make the second. The Anteaters go into some full court pressure here. Davis breaks it nicely. And then Graham lost it. Able to dive back on the floor. And quick recap for you. Again, both these teams coming in tied atop the Big West Conference with 6-1 marks, along with Long Beach State. Aggies without their leading scorer, Corey Hawkins, not suited up tonight. Only speculating, but could be an injury, could be an illness. The Anteaters lost Alex Young to a sprained left foot midway through the first half. He's on the end of the Anteater bench with a boot on that left leg. We wind under the 9-minute mark. It has been all Aggies. They lead 58-41. Johnson up top, bounce pass into the post. Generally, jump hook, short, rebound tapped down and chased down by Luke Nelson. Luke going one-on-one on the other end. Couldn't finish. And a rebound cleared by Johnson. Tried to go coast to coast, did Nelson. Lost it on the way up. You can tell for a lot of the Anteaters offensively, Steve, just trying to do too much and be the hero here.
Yeah, they're trying to score quick.
Pass inside, generally not quite sure who he was passing to, but if Jaron Martin doesn't deflect that pass, it's out of bounds back to the Anteaters. Of course, Jaron couldn't know that.
Now, they had Claude Raines, known famously for his great role as the Invisible Man.
16 on the clock.
And they were going to throw that ball was headed for a music stand in the UCI band.
Lamar is the inbounder. So it was out of bounds off of Martin. Lamar now setting it up. Top of the circle, 9 to shoot. Johnson left side, back to Lamar up top, 25 feet away. Now driving to his left, put it up and in. Nice take from Brenton Lamar, the sophomore out of San Diego. He now has 6. The lead is 19 for Davis. Hard to believe. Wright dribbling up top. Over to Dunning. Jab step. Damo, an aggressive take, but kind of a wild shot way off the mark. And a rebound again cleared by Davis. We approach the 7.5-minute mark here in the second stanza. Fox, left side. Hands it off to Johnson. Crossover, pick and pop with Fox. Takes a dribble into the free throw line, zips a pass inside to Monson, and one. Davis will be pegged for the personal. Again, Fox to Monson, the high-low. Working to perfection, and a frustrated Anteater bunch heads to the bench.
I see, Michael, as we talked about in the break, the bench scoring has been really lopsided in favor of the Aggies, 32-11, and that was going into this game going to be a real strength for UCI, was the ability of the bench to put in major minutes and big points. Hasn't happened tonight.
The and one for Davis right before that media timeout as Monson, the center, will look to complete the three-point play. Cannot. Too strong on the free throw. Rebound Will Davis. Aaron Wright quickly pushing. Goes left corner. Jaron Martin thought about it. Now back up top right. Splits a couple defenders. Floater good. Quick points for the Anteaters. They're going to need a lot of those. The lead 19. Still got 7 minutes left in this one. But the Anteaters have not shown that they can stop Davis consistently. The Aggies, again, as you said, Steve, they've lit it up in the second half, but they turn it over here. Johnson wanted Monson in the post. Goes out of bounds. And it'll go back to Irvine. Best, Wright, Martin, Sousa, and Davis, the 5 on the floor. 6:50 to play. 62-43, the visitors in front. Martin holding left side, about 35 feet away from the basket. Calls for a screen, gets one. Now works it into Wright, holding in the corner. Back up top, Martin. Jaron with Graham all over him. Now gets a screen. Behind the back dribble. Pass deflected out of bounds by Johnson. He wanted Wright on the angle. It'll stay with the Eaters. 13 on the shot clock.
And Jim Less and his staff have done a great job tonight of mixing up their guys, giving them minutes, but getting them back to the bench to keep them fresh.
Now you got 5 to shoot after the inbounds. Martin still up top. They got to put it up. Now he throws up a deep one, just short. Will Davis the rebound, and he was fouled as he was going for a putback attempt. And Will Davis will shoot the bonus.
Denver are going to get called for a push foul underneath.
Well, they are going to say 2 shots. Will was in the act after collecting that offensive board. Will, by the way, has a game-high 17. Make it 18 as he hits the first. Luke Nelson back in. Jaron Martin comes out. 6 minutes and 15 seconds left to go at the Brent.
Least number of minutes played by any Aggie tonight, and Neil Monson with 14 minutes. He's the last guy off the bench for them out of the 8 guys they're going to have playing tonight.
Davis misses the second, and Richard grabs the rebound for the Aggies. 62-44. Here's Graham off a high screen, rolling right. Now goes to the corner. Lamar feeds Richard. Nice pump fake. Goes up and puts it in. Richard with beautiful footwork. He's been impressive tonight in the post.
Yeah, he's their best player consistently on the floor, along with Tyler Less, who's just perfect.
Anteaters turn it over on the other end as Souza was driving baseline, tried to slip one to Davis in the paint, but the pass was tipped and stolen by the Aggies. Fox, nice look inside, but Johnson misses from point blank. Battle for the loose ball. Aaron Wright scoops it up, bounces one to Souza in the front court. Travis holding a dribble, now finds Mike Best coming down Broadway, and a blocking foul called as Best was looking to drive. The entire Aggie bench holding up their arms. They thought it was an offensive foul.
So did I. I mean, you turn your back to a guy and start falling back into him and send him to the floor.
Well, that's the 10th team foul, so Best will shoot a pair. The lead is 20 for Davis.
Officials have pointed out to him what place on the floor, down on the end.
Anteater fan. I'm sure for the players on the floor, it's been a hard game to go through to this point.
Yeah, Ray, the
frustration settling in.
Yeah. Expectations high.
As Best, who's really had a rough night, misses the first.
Yeah, Mike's had a couple opportunities for easy baskets. He's just not been able to finish on the rim.
You can see his demeanor, shaking his head at the line. He does make the second. Dunning comes in for Best.
Mike's got to deal with these things emotionally. You know, it's not always going to be the easy one. You're not always going to have the perfect night unless your last name is Less.
Full court pressure from the Anteaters, and they're able to deflect the ball away from Richard, out of bounds near the timeline. It'll stay with Davis. Just over 5 minutes left in this one. 64-45. Johnson inbounding, goes to the wing. In the front court, it's Graham. Davis will not be in a hurry here. They double. Graham, nice pass underneath to Richard, who was wide open as they decided to double the Aggie point guard near half court. He made the right play. He's made a lot of those tonight. As Nelson finds Dunning in the corner, out to Souza, triple try, won't go for Travis. Rebound Davis again. As Graham dribbles it into the front court, goes to Richard, right corner three, bang!
Wow, where in the world? This guy is tough down inside, outside.
As fans now start to file out at the Bren. Nelson a drive, puts it up at the left hand. That won't go. Another rebound cleared by the Aggies.
Nothing falls.
Out Corey Hawkins, just taking it to the Eaters so far. 4 minutes left in the second half. Les holding right angle, feeds Fox in the post. He pump fakes, puts it over Davis. Can't find the range from 10 feet out, and a rebound Souza.
So the bad headline tomorrow?
As Nelson fouled on his way to the rack on the other end. He'll have free throws when we come back.
Less is more.
That is absolutely true. Davis a 69-45 lead. Final media timeout. We will.
Leaders shut down defense and make teams perform under what they usually do. And we know that the Aggies came in as a good shooting team, but they're put on a clinic here tonight.
Nelson to shoot a couple of free throws. Reed McConnell has checked into the game as Nelson misses the first. Now, we said it once earlier in the half, but just kind of Murphy's Law tonight for the Anteaters. Everything that can go wrong has. Saprickinus comes in. Luke Nelson's night is done. So he goes to the bench. Giving you an update, Long Beach State leading Riverside 64-54 with 48 seconds left in the second half. So Long Beach and Davis will improve to 7-1. And the Anteaters will officially be out of first place in the Big West Conference once the dust settles here. Richard on the low block, bounces one to Johnson. Straightaway three, just short. Richard, the tip in, good. He's been everywhere tonight. He now has 22, a game high. Reed McConnell, left angle. Working it over to Jaron Martin on the right side now. Jaron off a screen from Dunning. Top of the circle, little stop and start move. Puts it up with the left hand, no. Demakopoulos, the tip in, good. Second one of those Giannis has had tonight. So we wind under 3 minutes.
We've seen a lot of missed shots by the Anteaters tonight, obviously with the numbers we just went through. Other nights, typically those balls go down. Tonight they're hitting the rim and coming off.
Here's Les holding a dribble. Top of the key, hands it over to Johnson as the Aggies will just run the weave and look to kill some clock. Here's Les, right side, pump fakes, now a drive, beautiful bounce pass to Fox. He had it blocked away, though. It came to Les, who hits the 15-footer from the left baseline, and a big grin on his face. It's kind of one of those looks where he's saying to himself, I can't miss tonight.
No, he's the hot hand.
Here's Dunning, goes over to McConnell on the wing. Backdoor cut. Dominique fouled off a feed from Demakopoulos. As Dunning was whacked by a couple of Aggies. I believe they charged the foul to Les.
Just a little chink in the armor there as he can commit a foul.
Damo to shoot two. First free throw up and good. As Mike Best comes in, Demakopoulos to take a seat. This game just got away from the Anteaters so quickly tonight, Steve. And even when they lost Alex Young, pretty much a tie game. I believe the score was 19-18 once that under 12 media hit in the first half. As Dunning misses the second, Davis collects the board. Under 2 minutes now, 73-49 Aggies, but Davis coming out in the second half, put the pedal to the metal, and just haven't seen this offense struggle like this the entire season. No. The Anteaters get a steal. Jaron Martin pushing the other way. Here's McConnell on a take. Scoop shot with the right hand, won't go. Out of bounds. Last touch by Fox, so it'll stay with the Eaters. $1:32 remaining. Michael Onibialu coming in for Davis, getting his first minutes as the reserves start to fill up on the floor. Jaron Martin, a rhythm dribble off the baseline inbounds. Now double teamed and a pass tipped and stolen away by Lamar. He bounces one over to a cutting Justin Dueck, who misses the layup. Good contest there by Best. And we get a technical foul called on Les. Having some final words. The official, Chris Restatter. So I think the official at this point with just over a minute to go and with Davis leading 73-49 was saying, I'm not going to take any flack from you.
Yeah.
So Best will shoot the technical and, of course,
miss.
Mike off the back iron. It's just been such a tough night for Best and company.
You have
he
to
does
wonder.
Make the second. 23-point advantage now for Davis.
You're up 24 points. You're the head coach, and you've just taken the last two guys off your bench and put them in the game. One guy I can't even find any minutes for. What are you doing getting a technical foul for riding an official?
Get a hand check up top here as Saprikanis will shoot free throws.
24.
A minute 8 remaining. The freshman to the line. And the first one rattles out. Only the 7th free throw attempted for Harry. He does make the second. UCI with some full court pressure, and we get a travel here on Onyebalu, who took steps. She received the pass in the right corner. Jaron Martin will inbound back to the Anteaters. Turned over by Davis. Up top, it's McConnell. A minute to play here at the Brent. McConnell right side. Floats into the high post for Mike Best. Mike, right-handed hook shot, baseline, no. Nice follow. Dominic Dunning with the tip in. No surprise that D Squared giving all of his effort as he continues to do off the bench. 40 seconds left in this one. The lead is 20 for Davis. I think this crowd and this coaching staff pretty stunned by this result when it's all said and done, Steve. As Lamar tried to jackknife one up and in on the floater. Couldn't find the range. Battle for the board. Out of bounds. Last touch by Davis. 23 seconds left.
Best, get to the 7, Best, right to the 7. Come on, Best, come get it.
They inbound it. Jaron Martin will scoop it near half court. Try to conserve a little time. Comes off a high screen. Jaron thought about the step back. Kick out to Prickinis. A triple try. No, but was fouled by Lamar. 16.1 on the clock.
I don't know why you would challenge a guy on a three-point shot when you're up by 20. You just want to keep hustling, I know. But
Saprikanis makes the first.
24. Without foul.
Second free throw for Harry. Good. And shooting 3. This will add a couple of points up on the scoreboard for the Anteaters. Saprikanis makes all 3.
So it's 4 for 5 from the line.
Davis inbounds. Fox holding underneath his own basket. Double team. Gets it to Les. Swings over. Onyebalu on a drive. Able to get a bucket with 6 seconds.
Go, score it.
Martin quickly pushing. Goes up to McConnell. Reed, a hanging floater around and out. And there's the final horn. Your final tonight at